the world. So, if we are to build an anti-imperialist movement in this country, because the Labour Party supports the existence of Israel, well, I say that for order. They are calling for order that benefits the oppressor and keeps the oppressed constantly subjugated. So we have to break with that trend.
Say that, right? In The Guardian, for example, week in, week out, you join our supporters groups, because the only way you can change things is if you're involved, if you're organised with an organisation. You cannot do anything as an individual. Because if you mobilise for things, everyone knows what you're against, but if you organise for things, everyone knows what you stand for. And we must stand for something, and we must stand for Palestine. So loudly and clearly, free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
In real time, you're witnessing public meetings here today.
We'll bring
That's
them
fair
down.
enough.
We'll ask them to come down, either let us in or ask them to come down so that we can ask them why they are supporting the war of extermination against the Palestinians in Gaza, why they are smearing the Palestinian resistance, and why they are telling the people of this country that Israel, a genocidal settler colonial state, has a right to defend itself by bombing children in Gaza, by murdering pregnant women in Gaza, by trying to paint this as a two-sides issue to legitimize the murder of Palestinians. Either ask them to come down or let us in.
Just a representative.
Or ask them to come down. Okay. So if no one is there, then we are handing in this statement for them to read, and if they want to contact us, then they can. But if we don't hear anything, if they continue what they're doing, then we could easily come back. Yeah?
We will be back.
We will be back until they stop publishing their genocidal editorials, their genocidal opinion pieces, and stop justifying what is clearly a crime against humanity and trying to pass itself off as liberal, progressive journalism. Those racist clowns in there that are trying to pass themselves off as journalists are trying to say that it is completely legitimate for Israel to terror bomb Gaza, trying to say it is completely legitimate for Israel to murder countless men, women and children, 50% of Gaza being children, and calling that self-defense. And just so that we remember, we are paying for that. Our state sends weapons, bombs, and these companies such as Elbit Systems, whoever it is, they are supporting that, and they expect us to stay silent about it, and they expect us to accept it when journalists who claim to represent British opinion, progressive British opinion, justify that. But we will not accept. Will we accept that?
No!
Will we be back if The Guardian does not justify themselves? If The Guardian does not give a response? Will we be back?
Yes!
So, just so you know,
Palestine will be free!
so we've said now, yeah, hopefully you give that to them, and if they don't respond, we will be back.
5, 6, 7, 8!
Israel is a terrorist state!
In our thousands, in our millions!
We are all Palestinians!
Yeah, so my name's Alex. I'm a member of the Revolutionary Communist Group, Fight Racism, Fight Imperialism, and today we're out here in front of The Guardian for its atrocious publishing of its recent articles, and its articles generally on the Palestinian cause, Palestinian liberation, and the actual situation since October 7th. And basically we're calling out the hypocrisy of the Guardian and the British media in general. I hope that, we hope as an organisation, that this protest will show people, expose what the British media is, expose what the Guardian is, but also keep the momentum going for Palestine. You know, a lot of groups are cancelling their protest, they're feeling pressured by local councils, they're feeling pressured to stop being on the streets week by week, but we're saying no, Palestinian solidarity has to act weekly, daily. It can't be a part-time thing. We have to stand in solidarity with the Palestinian resistance. The Guardian won't change its line. The Guardian is a bourgeois wing of the bourgeois press. It represents the British ruling class, and as my comrade said earlier, you have to read between the lines in the Guardian. It might not be as atrocious or vicious or backwards as the tabloids, but if you actually read between the lines and what they're saying, you know, Israeli people in the supposed conflict are murdered and Palestinians die, right? That's unacceptable. We can't have this kind of narrative putting out, and we have to firmly take a principled stance and call out institutions like the Guardian.